Have you ever wondered, is each of our lives being watched and controlled by some fictional force out there? Who knows what the answer would be, but I thought, who knows, maybe it's real. Because this life inherently contains in it unanswered mysteries that. The Truman Show is a 1998 drama film that brought Jim Carrey's name to a new level at that time. Jim Carrey has won 2 Golden Globes, but unfortunately, he has never stepped on the podium to receive an Oscar. The Truman Show is the film that brought Carrey the first major award. Despite being a comedian, during his career, he transformed into a variety of films and tried many genres of films. With a novel style of comedy, especially with a smile with a cool shade, Jim Carrey has made a strong impression on the screen. The films he participated in are not only humorous, but also contain profound content. The Truman Show is one of them. Now, let's explore with us. True to its name, The Truman Show is a reality TV show that airs 24/7 in 220 countries. When director Christoph Ed Harris cherished the most realistic reality TV show, he made the bold decision to pick Truman out of hundreds of unborn children, put the camera on since he was in the womb, creating a real person, not an actor, knows nothing of any reality TV shows, doesn't know the world he lives in. Sea Haven is a giant film set built completely isolated from the world by an artificial wall.
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
Truman was born, raised, sent to school like any other child. It's just that everything he did, everything he said, was captured by 50 cameras across town, looking at Truman from every angle. And the audience can watch Truman from every angle, in the bathroom or on the street, as Truman sits in the library or as he surreptitiously rips the newspaper at his desk. Every move is recorded, ensuring the most realistic reality show in history.
Nothing here is fake. Nothing you see on this show is fake. It's merely controlled.
Any audience watching The Truman Show on TV will not be able to forget this Truman guy's catchphrase every morning.
Good morning!
Morning! Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Truman has a beautiful wife who works as a nurse at the hospital, a normal office job, a house with full amenities, a single mother and a close friend who works as a supermarket employee. Truman's life went on. Every day he had to face one or more different problems, circling in the town where he lived. It is a normal life, a life that any adult is and will go through, born, raised, married, working. However, Truman did not feel happy in this present life. He realized something strange was going on. People were behaving badly, and Truman couldn't leave the city he lived in no matter how hard he tried. With some kind of supernatural power, every time Truman was about to leave, the car broke down, the boat sank, and the sea was stormy. It seems that the whole universe is conspiring to thwart Truman's intentions. Not to mention, Truman also had to go through a feeling of horror/panic thinking he was a mad, insane person when he started. See reality with a different eye. In fact, Christoph's set is more of a cage than a perfect space for life. Truman Burbank's life mission was not to become the character of a TV show in front of thousands and millions of people, but to get out of that cage and take charge of his own life. The script of The Truman Show is especially poignant when it comes to conveying the message: the world we live in is not quite what we want, not as realistic as we think. Have you ever felt suffocated in life, work, or simply frustrated in your own family? Ever wonder why you have to follow the rules set by others or society? Isn't the way people live, manipulated by society, other people, or obey the rules the same way Truman is manipulated in that show? The only difference is the size of the set we live in. Living in a fake world is tasteless. Living in real life is full of meaning. But to cross that line, you need to overcome two barriers. The first is your own fear, and the second is your inhibitions of society. To do this requires two other things. One is love. Two is understanding the nature of society. While everyone deceives Truman, from parents to friends, a strange girl helps him find the truth. Perhaps only love can make her do that. Only love can make Truman remember, never forget, and find a way out of the world he lives in. Truman chose to step out and face the real world, a world he didn't know, which was full of dangers, rather than living in a movie set and being set up for the rest of his life. Surely everyone watching will agree with his choice, but will people realize that their own life can also be another cave, and unfortunately, for the rest of their lives, they can't find the door? Truman dares to throw away the sure thing to find the uncertain truth, but do we dare to risk everything that exists to strive for our true dream? Besides content about awakening, The Truman Show also mentions the powerful power of media and money in dominating the crowd, who care about convenience and entertainment above all else. Pervading The Truman Show are advertisements crammed into the events of the show by the cast. In order to prevent Truman from leaving the island, Christof also changed the script to force the actor playing Truman's father to drown, causing him to haunt the water for a long time. Truman's every cent, career choice, life partner, food, hairstyle, lifestyle is meticulously planned to guide him. Are the things we think we are free to choose, are we ourselves, or are they influenced by the media, social networks, world trends? We are tracked, wiretapped, manipulated, and controlled, all personal information for sale. This isn't just a movie about an imaginary society, it's about us, how we are controlled by God, how we lose our free will, or the truth about our lives being affected, influenced by external factors. For many people, a prearranged life is all they want, and they accept to live in that life so that they can avoid all difficulties, sufferings, and pressures that come in life. These people seek a peaceful life, even if it is a temporary peace. Apparently, even with cameras everywhere, Christof still couldn't put a camera in Truman Burbank's head to understand his feelings, his thoughts, to know that the worst thing is not to live in a world full of unusual things. The worst thing is to be deprived of the right to choose the world you will live in. Sometimes, some people will in the name of love force us to do what they want, but that is only a blatant act, because true love leaves people free to choose, own life. No one has the authority to decide life for another person, whether that person is God, or a talented director who is passionate about the profession, or even the person who gave birth to us. That's the message the filmmakers of The Truman Show want to bring to their audience. Leaving behind a sprawling film studio, along with millions of television viewers around the world, Truman Burbank smiled, bowed, and walked through the door. Millions of spectators applauded as he exited the set, but soon searched for a similar show. Truman, from that moment on, became a true man, a real man. Also from that moment, the longest reality show in history came to an end. The movie The Truman Show also ended. But also from here, we can see Truman in the place of people who are brave enough to win freedom. Because only people with the same desire for freedom can find and meet each other. It can be said that The Truman Show is a movie that brings a lot of emotions. What makes us feel most excited about this movie is how the idea is expressed very well and unique. It is not too sublime, complicated in dialogue and action, but still shows the most important philosophies. After watching the movie, we wondered if I had the courage to step out of our comfort zone to make a difference. How about you? How do you feel after watching The Truman Show? Please leave your comments below the comment section, and if you find this video interesting, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to Ask K-Pop Entertainment.